Namaskar. Welcome to Government e-Marketplace. In this module, we will learn about the registration process for primary user for Ministry of Panchayati Raj. Primary user registration, MoPR, is the process of registering the primary user within the Ministry of Panchayat. The user will manage the end-to-end procurement process, which involves registering and creating secondary users. The primary users are authorized at the level of Gram Pradhan, Block Pramukh, Zilla Pramukh, all elected members. Main tasks include self-registration, buyers' organizations account setup, creation of secondary users, deactivation or transfer of secondary users' accounts, monitoring of orders placed, administration of GEM procurement. The primary users are authorized at the level of Gram Pradhan, Block Pramukh, Zilla Pramukh. All elected members will be registering their organization. Open gem.gov.in on your browser and click on Sign Up. Select Buyer Organization option from the menu. Illustrated are the steps for the primary user registration. From under the user type, select Primary User HOD. Check all the mandatory checkboxes in the Prerequisites section. Click here to proceed. Select the checkbox to accept the general terms and conditions of Government e-Marketplace. Click on Proceed. Let's go through the steps of the primary-secondary buyer registration. Step 1. Registration of primary buyer. Primary buyer can be someone of the designation of Gram Pradhan, Block Pramukh, Zilla Pramukh, all elected members. The documents that are required for registration are as follows. Aadhaar card of primary buyer. Mobile phone number of personnel as in point 1, phone number shall be linked to Aadhaar. Email ID of the same person as above, NIC registered ID. Step 2. Addition of secondary buyer by primary. In case of MoPR, Gram Panchayat Sachiv, Secretary, Block Panchayat Sachiv, Secretary, Zilla Panchayat Sachiv, Secretary is the buyer and consignee both. Documents required for addition of secondary buyer. Aadhaar card of secondary user. Secondary user can be buyer, consignee, paying authority, etc. Mobile phone number of personnel as in point 1, phone number shall be linked to Aadhaar. Email ID of the same person as above, NIC registered ID. Step 3. Completing the secondary buyer profile. After addition of secondary buyer by primary buyer, the secondary buyer will complete his or her profile by logging in with login credentials. We will see the detailed steps with screenshots further in the module. Here are some do's to keep in mind while registering primary user. The first step towards procurement is to generate buyer's ID request. While registering on GEM, use same buyer's ID as in EGS system. Password should be created on GEM. Make sure that your LGD code is correctly mentioned. In case if wrong registration is done, the buyer MoPR will request GEM to delete the account from the backend intern. MoPR will request the GEM to do the same. Always be sure and clear while bidding, procuring the items that you have found available. In case of any ambiguity, confusion during bidding, procuring, please refer to the GEM Help Desk. helpdesk-gem@gov.in. Toll-free numbers 1-800-419-3436 or 1-800-102-3436. Verifying officer must ensure that details given by the primary user in respect of LGD code is correct. In case of rejection by a verifying officer, please redo the registration process. You may also connect with MoPR's support team at nic-mopr@nic.in. Let's look into Manage Accounts options available. In case of transfer of primary user, Gram Pradhan, Block Pramukh, Zila Pramukh, primary buyer ID holder, the ID shall be transferred to the successor primary user. In case of transfer of secondary user, secondary buyer ID holder, the same ID shall be deactivated and transferred by the primary user, buyer. Now, let's see the don'ts for the buyer. Do not use ID different than E.G.S. credentials. Do not share your ID and password with anyone. Do not use wrong LGD code, otherwise you have to re-register. Do not share the OTP with anyone. Do not log in to GEM portal through any unauthorized computer mobile device. Do not deploy unauthorized third-party agency to operate GEM portal with your credentials. Do not pay anyone for any GEM-related works procedures. GEM is absolutely free for buyers for its entire user. Do not approve buyer casually and without meticulous examination, else the entire registration is wasteful. We will now see step-by-step process of registering. Click on Organization Details. The user has to mandatorily select State Autonomous for MoPR registration. Fill in the details of your organization and click on Next to proceed. Enter Aadhaar number and the linked mobile number. Select the checkbox and click Verify Aadhaar to proceed. Enter OTP for verification and click here to verify. Upon successful verification of the Aadhaar, the user will get a success message. Click Next to proceed. Registration email verification. Only official government email IDs will be accepted for the registration process. Fill in the official email ID and click on Send OTP. Enter the OTP received on email and click on Verify OTP. Click Next to proceed. After email verification is done, enter your E.G.S. user ID and password here. The user should be cautious to use their eGram user ID. Enter the user ID and password. Click Create Account. On successful registration, below mail is received by the primary user, Gram Pradhan, Block Pramukh, Zila Pramukh. Click Login now to proceed. Account creation of primary user is not complete till the user completes their profile. Click here to start updating your profile. We will first update the organization address. To complete the same, select Organization Address to update the organization details. Update your organization address here and click Save. Now, select Payment Method to update your payment details. Select eGram Swaraj and click on Save to proceed. Here, fill in the details of the verifying authority. After saving the personal info, referral verification screen will appear where the primary user, Gram Pradhan, Block Pramukh, Zila Pramukh, needs to select the respective LGD code from the drop-down. LGD code is a unique location code to be used by the local government body. Click Save to proceed. HOD verification details. You will be able to see LGD code along with verifying authority email ID. Verifying authority will receive an email. VA will click on the link received in the email. Click on Approve to proceed. If the verification authority approves the LGD verification, system gives a success prompt notification. Below mail notification is received by the primary user, Gram Pradhan, Block Pramukh, Zila Pramukh, when approving authority approves the LGD verification. Here are the key learning. Aadhaar card with linked mobile number, email ID, and verifying authority details such as name and mobile number. A primary user cannot change his or her user ID once it is created. It is advisable that the user ID is carefully created as per the designation or department. Creation, modification, and deactivation of secondary users are performed by primary users. Secondary users creation is mandated as primary users cannot place orders on GEM. In the case of MoPR, Gram Panchayat Sachiv, Secretary, Block Panchayat Sachiv, Secretary, and Zila Panchayat Sachiv, Secretary are the buyer and consignee. While registering on GEM, use the same buyer's ID and password as in EGS system. For the next step or process, refer to secondary user creation, MoPR, and primary and secondary user transfer, Ministry of Panchayati Raj modules on the website under Training Modules. Thank you.